Good evening mga kalaro and welcome to the Council of Titos, the show on the Laro-Laro channel that talks about a different kind of game. The reality TV game show and social experiment that has run for over 2 decades, Survivor. I'm Chief Bisdak, Joel Parcon, and with me as always is Juxta Potato, Jao Atienza. What's up, Jao? How are you doing?
I'm gonna have to take this off. Because as it turns out, it was a fake the whole time. The real one is here. Can't wear it.
Wait. wait. Well, let's do that for your here. Yeah. Let's do that for your intro. Let's do that for your intro. And with us is the man with the thoughts and the puns, Martin. Martin, how are you doing?
To quote Tony Vlachos, "Hey Jeff, can I verify if this is the true idol?"
Well, Tony's idol was verified. It was real, right? When he has to, he has to be verified. Okay, so yes, idols abound in our episode. Well, just one idol abounds in the episode that we're going to review, and that is episode 2 of Survivor 46, entitled Scorpio Energy. But before we begin, do consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you get updated whenever we come up with new episodes on this channel. And for those of you who don't want to have to look at our mugs whenever we talk Survivor, you can always go wherever you get your podcasts and search for Council of Titos. And so, without further ado, let's begin. All right. Let's go with our highs, guys. What are your highs? What highs do you have from this episode? Did you feel the Scorpio energy?
Oh my God, who did say that? I think it went through my head.
My first viewing, I didn't quite catch who said it, but when I watched it again, I can confirm that I got the prediction.
Okay,
it was Ben who said it.
About
but it was different. He was talking about Probst.
Wow.
After Probst cut the bandana from the idol that Venus had put on their idol.
Okay.
Yeah, actually,
that's out of nowhere.
Actually, that's that dovetails quite nicely into my first high. I'm liking the sassier Jeff. You know, he's not super like fatherly or whatever, but then he isn't as mean as he used to be. Like, I think he's found this nice little sweet spot where like he's crushing the hopes and dreams of where he's crushing like the hopes and dreams of Yellow Tribe, of Nami. Yeah, like crushing the hopes and dreams of Nami, but like not being a total dick about it. You know, it's like, I'll just cut this off. Lucky for me, I have a knife. You know? It's the knife, man. It's the knife, right? The last time he was like sassy Jeff, he had a knife, right? Like
to cut the rice.
Yeah.
And
so
now he does
like,
that.
That's like his thing now.
Yeah.
I guess he did enjoy his time with the Outback, and he played knifey spoony, but he actually held a knife instead of a spoon in both occasions.
Why? Remind us, Mr. Historian, Survivor historian Martin. What is this knifey spoony?
Well, knifey spoony is a Simpsons joke way past in the 90s. When the Simpsons went to Australia. And Australia was, of course, one of the earlier episodes or seasons of Survivor. So, you know,
and
for those who do know knifey spoony, instead of a spoon, he is wielding a knife, guys. So that's a real knife. And he just cut off that thing, like he cut off the bag of rice. And going back to like what we talked about last week, I think this is what Jeff was saying. Like, he will have less hesitance to cut off something, like he did tell that to the RHAP episode he was in. Like,
he was on a rap episode.
Yeah, he talked with Rob about that. Like, he's not gonna stop himself from cutting another bag of rice again this time around. He might be a bit more, giving a bit more of tough love. But yeah, just like Zhao said, hopefully this is the nice medium from fatherly Jeff to mean Jeff, you know, sassy Jeff.
It can also be a transition since a lot of the people can say that the pandemic is already abating, so there is less stepping around on tiptoes for
Yeah.
Jeff when it comes
Fair.
to taking care of the the castaways. So he's given more leeway to
Oh.
to be more sassy. And I mean, given the first two episodes of season 45, I think that he's allowed to, right? With the two
Yeah.
quitters.
Yeah.
No, not the
Thankful.
two quitters. Yeah, two quitters.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah,
two
it was
quitters.
two quitters back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that might be a high right now because the
What?
first two vote outs aren't first two quits like last season. So
Well,
it's
well,
still an
well,
improvement.
well,
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna
what's his
push
name?
back on that. I'm gonna push
What's the
back
name
on
of the
that a
other
little
guy?
bit. Jalinsky.
Jalinsky was a quitter, man.
Yeah,
Come on, he was a
Jalinsky
quitter.
basically quit. And Jess pretty much quit. Like I'm gonna
Technically, yeah.
I
Technically,
mean, like,
but
no, technically she was voted out, but really it
Oh,
was a
yeah,
quit.
sorry, yeah, technically, yeah.
oh.
Like she just didn't want to say I quit. She just made it impossible for them to not vote for her. At least that's like the vibe that I was getting from a lot of her exit press and well
Oh,
the show
Oh.
itself, right? Because
Okay.
like her exit press, she was talking about how rough it was for her on the island. She's the person that's like allergic to life, right? She can't eat coconut and all of that.
No,
She
no,
wasn't.
that's Liz. That's
Oh, that's
Liz.
Liz.
That's Liz.
She
Ironically,
wasn't.
she's still in the island.
Yeah. What's it? She wasn't sleeping very much. Her
Yeah.
she had
can't sleep.
she was
She couldn't
was it-
think. She couldn't
yeah
think
she
straight.
Think as well.
she had some sort of like mental health diagnosis or something, right? I remember.
Yeah, she's ADHD, and she didn't
took
bring
out her
her
meds.
pills. And she didn't
Right.
bring her meds.
Right, so they're not gonna like I don't think there's ever been like a mental health medevac in Survivor,
Yeah.
right?
US Survivor US.
Not US.
That was what in Australian
right?
Survivor recently. That was also a quit.
Oh, technically, yeah. Oh, yeah, that wasn't Medivac. Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't a medevac. It was in Tribal. He was like, I can't.
Yeah.
The mental health toll, blah blah blah, and then like he got the heroic music, and JLP was like, "You're very brave," and all of that.
Doing it with
Oh my God.
Ciao.
You think Colton would have had that had he been part of the recent cast and quit like that?
But
But technically, Colton did quit like that, right?
Yeah, right? He actually did quit on the first one. And Jeff called him
Yeah.
out for that.
yeah. So I mean,
Back.
So anyway, going back to Jess.
yeah. So
go
so
back to
Jess, that was I'm going to say like a quit. But what's it the thing that kids these days call it? Silent quitting or whatever.
Quiet quitting?
Quiet quitting.
Quiet
right?
quitting, yeah.
Yeah.
As if, are you sure? Because he still got voted out, and there seemed to be like a scramble, but it was more of, yeah, I want to get this more into the lows because I'm a bit embarrassed of my winner pick.
Yeah, so that'll be in the lows. That'll be in the
Later,
lows.
yeah, later,
Yeah.
later. Can I just talk about that later? But
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course,
no,
of
I'd
course.
like to
That'll be
slightly disagree on that because it felt last season's first two quits felt more of a quits than this season.
Well,
it's just me.
yeah.
Those
It
were
was
Yeah, because they actually
so
quit.
Annoying. Yeah. it was-
yeah. They actually quit, but
that's
this
a quit.
this was
and yeah, and then if you really think about it, I mean,
Yeah.
Jalinsky didn't quit. It's just he's a quitter.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
a quitter. And Jess, okay, fine. We can just chalk it up like what One World Christine did. Like, she wasn't fighting all the allegations that she doesn't play the game. She made it to the final 4 or 5 with Kim Spradlin, and she didn't do shit. That's why she got voted out that time. It might be more similar to that she quit on herself gameplay wise during that night.
Mm.
Because
I don't know. I feel like
he was still trying to get something. Well, failing, but still trying.
I feel like Jess, if she were there for like a few more days, would have actually quit.
Oh,
Ooh, okay. So
That's
maybe it was a good thing she got voted out here.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
that's kind of
Okay.
the impression that I'm getting. she barely fought, even though she knew that it was a fake idol.
She still used it, hoping
Right?
it was still a
It
fake
was
idol.
like, she was like, all right, yeah, whatever, fine. Right? It's like when you get the attitude of yeah, whatever, fine from somebody, that's somebody that's given up.
Okay. I see.
Right? And I mean, it's and if it is mental health related, well, just like Scott, I believe, from Australian Survivor, very brave.
Very pretty.
If it was, for the sake of her health, right?
Yeah.
Because it has been or it has happened in the past that people who should have been medevaced weren't medevaced and quit. And after they quit, doctors subsequently told them like, yo, like
Thank
if you
God
had
you
been
quit.
there any longer, you would have had irreparable damage to your knee or whatever it was. So, I get the feeling that Jess's vote out was along those lines. Just not for like a broken leg, but for mental health. If that makes sense. Um yeah. But I think my high in all of this is that she didn't quit.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Right? She didn't technically quit, even though she kind of actually did. Like when Joseph Estrada resigned, he didn't really resign. He didn't technically. He just kind of did.
He just left the palace.
He just went on the boat.
Yeah, and
Oh my God.
well, the way the Supreme Court ruled was when Estrada was saying stuff like "Ayoko na, I don't want this anymore," even though he didn't expressly resign. It could have been implied from his actions that he was resigning.
There's abandonment of post or something.
But it wasn't an abandonment of post. It was constructive resignation. That's what the Supreme Court called it.
Wow.
It was constructive resignation. So I think Jess did a constructive quit. Not constructive as in like, well, we're building something up. Constructive as in like it is paramount, or it is tantamount to, right? So it was tantamount to a quit, even though it wasn't technically a quit. Because in order to technically resign, you need to submit a resignation letter. But if you say, I can't do this anymore, screw it. It was in that moment that the Supreme Court said Joseph Estrada resigned. I mean, I don't agree with what the Supreme Court ultimately decided, right? But like that could be one way to construe a resignation, in the same way that we can construe this as a constructive quit, even though technically it wasn't a quit. So even though she technically didn't quit, she kind of did quit. At my high is she technically didn't quit.
She technically didn't quit. Yeah.
Even though she actually did.
She allowed herself to get voted out.
Basically.
Basically, she quote unquote saved face with Jeff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually.
She got her torch snuffed.
Yeah. She opens her doors to getting invited again, if ever.
Yeah.
Right? And well, for me, I don't know. It was a first for me. Jeff asked her if she was okay, right before Jeff said, "Tribe was spoken." Right?
Yeah.
Jeff said, "Jess, are you okay?" And then she said, "Yeah, I'm okay. Let's do this." Yeah, she did that. Let's do this.
It was it was the look of resignation. I feel like this was my reading of what happened with Jess. Or maybe this is just copium because she was my winner pick.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Wait, so now that she is left, who is your second degree winner's pick? Winner pick, Kenzie.
Who is my canonical winner pick? Probably Kenzie.
Kenzie now, right?
Yeah, it's either
make it Banu.
Or Banu. Is it Banu?
It can't be Banu, right? Because it wasn't Banu's idea, or Banu didn't get credit. Banu didn't get credit for
power.
It's power.
Yeah, so it's Kenzie. I think it was Kenzie.
That was something that I wanted to bring up to the group. Is it Kenzie or
Kenzie or Banu? Oh well, Yeah, I would like
after her game up, man.
I would like to think that it's Kenzie because
But yeah, Kenji.
technically it was Candy. It's Kenzie who drove
Kenji.
that vote
Yeah.
Because
more than anyone else, more than
You know,
Tiff.
there's the
It was
argument for
Kenzie's.
Tiff. There's the argument for Q because
Yeah,
Q was
but
the one that gave her the idol. Blah, blah,
yeah,
but I think it's
but
Kenzie.
originally it was Kenzie's plan, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Q was like 50-50. Like it was either gonna be,
Yeah,
I think,
Kenzie
Jess
or Jess.
or Kenji. So it's
Yeah.
like he doesn't control the vote. Like he wants to say he does. I want him to say he does, but yeah, Kenzie got this on lockdown.
Yeah, so I guess my canonical winner pick is now Kenzie.
Kenzie, so you're now a Kenzie guy. All
Yep.
right. Yeah. Good for Jess also. Not
Yeah.
quitting. Not. Yeah.
Not technically quitting.
Technically not quitting.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, I stand on my high. Like I like these two vote outs compared to last year. Last
Yeah,
season,
I mean,
a
Yeah,
big
of
step
course.
up.
yeah, big
Just
step
given-
up.
It was so low of a measuring stick last season.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm happy with that improvement.
Yeah.
Like we're happy.
Mhm.
But oh my
Yeah,
god,
well-
the Banu part.
Which one? The power?
Yeah,
Yeah, I have some. No,
Oh my
no.
God.
One thing about Banu. One thing about Banu that
I love
I
it,
can
man.
say is part of my high. Although it's a small high. I became nostalgic. I don't know, Ja, when you were teaching at the school where I graduated from high school from, if they still had senior scouts, because the way that Banu was trying to make fire, I mean, they don't have flint, right? But the way
Mm.
that Banu was trying to make fire actually reminded me of my senior scouts fire making. It was two bamboos with two bamboos. You create friction with one bamboo. You've got some kindling in the middle, and you try to make fire with that. I was
Yeah.
just as pathetic as Banu in making fire with bamboo. So yeah, I had more cuts than fires made with that style. Yeah, yeah, that's the sort of a small high. One person I am high about though, especially with this episode, is my winner pick, Soda. Yeah, I love her. I love her badass energy. I love her badass energy. She's like, I mean, and I applaud her for her gameplay, in her dealings with Venus, because
Yeah.
she knows that Venus is sort of on the outs, and she does not want to be associated as a pair with Venus. So she tells her that she can't talk with her right now. But I also want to like knock her over the head, tell her that she shouldn't alienate that person too much, right? Because
Yeah.
she might need Venus later on, right?
Well,
Especially
I
with
don't
what
know.
developed after.
that was gonna be like
Yeah,
one of my
go
big
ahead, let's
highs
go-
from the
let's
episode,
go-
man.
let's get to that.
Venus. Oh my
Let's go with
god,
that.
Venus. Oh my god, Venus and Randon.
Mm-hmm.
That alliance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's it was so, I don't know. I found it so wholesome.
Mm.
like I'm pretty sure that any other Survivor player, when presented with the situation that Venus was in, the first thing they would have done was go back to the majority of the tribe and ingratiate themselves to the rest of the majority by saying, hey, look at what this Randon guy is doing. I'm building trust with the majority by saying that, hey, he has an advantage and he
Mhm.
tried to, you know, so to go up from like the bottom of the tribe to second bottom from the tribe by going to the majority and, like, you know, telling on the
Throwing-
person,
throwing the person
throwing the
under
other
the
person
bus.
under the bus, right? But Venus was very classy about it. She was like, no, I'm gonna flip on these guys, just like that girl from Survivor China. The moment we merge, I'm gonna flip.
Wait, who is that
What's-
girl from
what's
Survivor
her name?
China?
Who is this? Courtney?
Did she flip?
I don't know. My memory is not that good. You're the historian, Martin.
That's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Wait, Courtney
Oh, shoot.
just
Who?
the other one,
The
right?
one who was on the outs,
Yeah.
right? Who was supposed to be with Amanda and Krieg or whatever.
No,
That
and
group?
anyway,
Anyway, going back to Venus.
She's not
Go-
that memorable, I guess.
was it PG?
Then it
Anyway,
turned out to be. Yeah, Fiji.
Oh, it might have been PG. Not PG.
Yeah.
It might have been PG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
see where that led Fiji. Like just a couple of episodes he got out. So not
yeah.
a good
Yeah,
idea,
yeah, yeah.
Venus. You got to be the Courtney H here, or at least the Amanda here.
Yeah, but like,
But
you know, the
Harmony, you had the right
moment we get into the
idea.
tribe, flip, blah blah blah. But like, you know, the fact that instead of doing the more obvious play, she's building a solid two. And
Mhm.
as we've seen
Good.
in more recent seasons, um, the key to like winning Survivor is having a strong pair,
Yeah.
Having a
especially if
ride or
that,
die.
yeah, especially if that pairing is one that you wouldn't expect,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like it doesn't get any more like unexpected than, you know, Venus and Randon. And on the other tribe, Green Tribe. Was it Green Tribe? Are they on Green Tribe?
Oh yeah,
Charlie and
Charlie
Maria.
and Maria,
Yeah,
the
Charlie and
new
Maria.
the new Denise and Malcolm.
Oh, I like that.
I want to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys. Do you think that they are the new Denise and Malcolm?
I mean, they got the flashback.
Yeah.
They got the flashback, but I can
Who's a
probably
knight?
ride with I can probably ride with Maria being Denise, but Charlie as Malcolm, really?
What?
Oh yeah.
Why? What does he need to be? Like, does he need to be a physical threat? He can
Yeah.
be the mental threat. Like, he instead of
No, because
Denise
that's
and
how it's.
Malcolm, he can be Dawn and Cochrane.
But that's
That
the
would work
thing.
wonders
But
for
that's the thing they
Charlie.
want. But that's the thing. They wanted to be Denise and Malcolm. That's what they said they were.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Charlie. You don't even
You're
look
no
like the other
Malcolm.
guy.
Well, I don't know. But what's it is
I'm
you know,
sorry.
Jesse and Cody were the new uh Dom and Wendell.
This is yeah, Dom and
Yeah,
Wendell.
That's more believable.
right. Yeah, so the new Malcolm and Denise. I mean, Maria does have like strong
Yeah.
mom energy, you know.
Mhm.
Like,
Charlie ain't even a Carson right now. See, it can't even be a Carson. Charlie, come on.
But I'll give it to Charlie. That was good gameplay working the
Yeah,
middle,
yeah.
right?
that's good. That's
He
good.
knows that he is with the Charlie's Angels as well as with the
Oh,
boys,
I like
right?
it.
Yeah. And
Oh,
like brilliant to know that you can't be the kingmaker alone or the queen maker,
Mhm.
the Damocles maker. Anyway,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
right? You know, you can't be the kingmaker alone, and you need that pair, and that seems to be something that Survivor is kind of telling us with these episodes, right?
Mhm.
Like, you know, Venus and Randon, they're showing us as a good idea, and Charlie and Maria, I almost said Malcolm and Denise. Charlie and Maria are being shown as a good idea as well.
Mhm.
Okay, can
Mhm.
I
And
follow?
especially if you
Yeah.
wait, I'll just add on to what Juxtapotito Jao said and juxtapose it with
Oh,
what Soda did or didn't do, right? She started alienating Venus,
Yeah.
and that way Venus found a different person to pair with, and it seems that that's a stronger thing moving forward, right? Anyway,
Fingers crossed.
yeah,
Fingers
fingers
crossed
crossed.
because
Yes, of
you
course,
know.
fingers crossed. You never know, right? The moment that they lose the next their first immunity challenge, I mean, you
bye
never know what
bye,
Randall's gonna be.
Venus. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Martin, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, so I want to keep the chatter with the tribe of Charlie because I want to talk about the next highest, like Charlie and Ben. The song off. Who knew
Yeah.
Swifties had that power to know 100 plus songs, or who knew Metallica has 100 plus songs? I didn't know that.
I wouldn't know,
But
but I'm
Yeah.
not a Metallica fan.
that
And
that
neither
was
am I a Swiftie.
yeah. I'm neither
Uh,
a fan, but wow, I wonder how long that took for them to do like in that island. That was fun to see though. That was amusing.
They could have just made up like song names, you know.
Actually,
I know.
that's my note. I mean, who would have verified if Ben was actually saying Metallica song titles, right?
Yeah.
Unless
Well,
like
Or
they
or
have
Charlie
Wi-Fi
was
there for the production camera guys, like,
right.
hey,
You
check
would
that,
have
check that. Is that right? Yes.
That would have been nice if they verified if just say for example Ben said something that's not really a title, and then they'd have like an overlay, not a real title,
Not a real
like
title.
not a real Metallica song.
That would have
It-
been
it's like a callback to Philip, federal agent question
question
mark.
mark.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, that was a high for me. That was amusing to see. I'm
Yeah,
not
that
a
was
fan of
amusing.
either band. Like the only song I remember of Metallica is Saint Anger because of WWE back in 2003. And that
You
is
know,
it.
my high there is uh Ben's acknowledgement that Metallica has a lot of crap albums out there.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like like Saint Anger was a horribly produced album. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, listen to the snare drum on that thing. Oh my god, it sounds so bad. Like
But it fits so well for the Elimination Chamber video promo. Check that
because
on YouTube.
of like Lars Ulrich's
Yeah.
shitty drum sound, and
Goldberg spearing people left and right.
I don't know. It wasn't very well received, let's just say.
Okay.
Not only because of the drum sound, but there wasn't a single guitar solo on that album, which is
Whoa.
kind of weird, right?
That's
Because
weird, yeah.
you know, they're a
That's weird,
guitar-y
though.
sort of band. You know,
Hmm.
there are some people that will argue that the Black Album isn't very good, even though that's the one that has like Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, and
Mhm.
all of that on it.
Oh, wow. Why would they say that that's not good? I mean, I'm not familiar with
Me
most of
neither.
Metallica songs, but I mean, Enter Sandman, I know that.
Yeah, because it was a
Because of
departure from their
Sandman.
more thrash sound.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was when Metallica started veering into like more commercial territory. So
They
Oh,
it's
were
like
becoming
this was
mainstream.
because they
yeah,
sold out.
yeah, the Black Album was their sellout album. So some people will
Oh,
say like this was their greatest work, but then others will say, you know, this is where they abandoned thrash metal, the thrash metal sound, right?
I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
Um, you know, there are people, and I include me as one of these, who think that Reload is a horrible album. Uh,
Okay.
Wait, is that
you
the
know,
90s album with the song na 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 something like
it's the
that?
one that has the cover, and you know, this might get us demonetized.
Okay.
We aren't even monetized. It's fine.
We're not yet
Um,
monetized.
please subscribe. We need like 1,000 subs to get this monetized.
Yeah.
That way I can say like this might get us demonetized. The one with the album cover that has what's it that has a photo of like a piece of artwork that is just basically semen on a wall with like orange food coloring or something.
Really? Metallica.
Okay, and then Martin is currently searching for it, but sticking
I
with
don't
Ben,
see
I
it,
do
but
like his energy. I do like Ben's energy.
yes, it is nice.
Ben is a nice guy to have around camp,
Oh
and
no, that
I'm
was Load. Load was the album that has the semen on it.
okay.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
because
Yeah.
That kind of
real.
the title now
Yeah,
kind
now
of
it
makes
makes sense.
sense.
Load.
Okay,
Yeah,
anyway,
I
Yeah.
see it. I see
yeah,
it. Thank
Ben
you.
is pretty. Ben is a nice guy to have on camp, and I think it's kind of weird because like I mentioned last episode, last recording that we had, I'm finding myself surprised. I surprised myself feeling that I like Soda as opposed
Mm,
to Marianne from 42, right? And then
yeah.
this time I like Ben, who has sort of the same energy, has this extroverted energy. But going back to what you said, Joe, about Venus's approach to the secret that Randan shared with her, he seems like such a wholesome guy, a
Mm.
wholesome metal guy. Yeah, it's like yeah, it reminds me of some of our friends. Yeah, Greg, right?
Yeah.
He's a metal guy, but he's a wholesome guy, right?
Yeah.
And then Ben kind of reminds me of that kind of energy that comes out of him. And then that's why it's pretty cool to see him. I think that they did right casting him in this season. and then sticking him in a tribe with a Swiftie.
Yeah. There's that what's it Jeff keeps on talking about? Like there's like a theme that there's like a music theme going on
Mm-hmm.
in this episode or in this season of Survivor.
Oh.
You know, like there's a music is a through line. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like there's a lot of music talk, a lot of singing,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well,
I
speaking
don't
of singing, how do you like the song that Liz came up with?
know. Oh man, you know, I'm gonna I'm gonna talk about Liz in my downs. Let's just
Yes,
say
yes, yes. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
we're gonna talk about Liz in our downs. Unfortunately, but I do have a Liz related high,
Okay.
Oh.
and that is the scene in the challenge, right? Because Liz and Mariah both sat out.
Mm.
Hmm.
And they introduced themselves to each other and they were like on opposite sides of whatever. Then they were like, "Hi, I'm Liz. Hi, I'm Mariah." Whatever. You know the Spider-Man meme where they like pointing at each other?
Oh
Mm.
yeah, the
It seemed like it, right?
That was the vibe that I got. Like the same person. Like the Spider-Man, they're pointing at each other. Oh my god.
And do you
uh,
think that if Jess had been on a sit-out bench as well, she'd be the third version, right? The awkward, introverted person who doesn't really quite fit with the rest of the tribe.
But she doesn't look
Uh,
anything like them. That's
well,
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah, she doesn't look anything like them, but I mean, the personality kind of fits.
oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah. But then, you know, what was
it
it? There
more
was
than a more
was
basic version of it. Besides, they really actually look the same.
right? There was that it was one of the talking points on like a number of the podcasts. Like
Oh,
it would be really funny. It would be really funny if there was like a tribe swap and the people that were swapped were like Liz and Mariah and like the challenge is to see if anybody notices.
Are they sitting out again?
Right? Because they you know they kind of look like each other. Or maybe that's just a
mm.
function of like the fact that we don't get to see like Mariah very much and we don't get to see
Mm-hmm.
Liz and Mariah very much because like because they aren't, you know, in tribal. Like if
Yeah.
just a bit of a
Yeah,
spoiler for the purple of the week, like who's Gem? You know, like
she's
Who?
Jungle Gem. Come on,
Who?
she's Jungle Gem.
yeah, but you know, it's like
Yeah.
anyway. That's my high. It's like it was like oh
Mm.
it's like they're looking at each other in the mirror. You know?
Oh
What's
god.
it? What's your name? I go by Mo. Hi. That's it. But you
Or
gotta, you
maybe it's
gotta think
just
though. You gotta think though. There
because
might
I
be
don't you
something
know
there. There
yeah.
might be something there, right? I mean, there has to be a reason why the producers actually showed that them talking to each other, right? Like,
My hope,
yeah.
my fingers crossed hope is that because they thought it would be funny because they look like each other. Or maybe it's just me like I have, you know, I have difficulty telling white people apart like
Yeah,
initially
same here.
after, you know, it takes it in the same way that white people have difficulty telling Chinese people apart.
Yep.
Like, you know, I have
Or us
difficulty
apart.
telling white people apart. Like it takes a while before I can like identify that these are two different people, you know. So, like maybe it's that, but like Liz and Mo look exactly the same to me.
Yeah.
They kind of do. Like even
Wait,
in the picture.
speaking of which, and speaking of the nicknames, did you guys catch what Mo's nickname was?
Not
I
really.
mean, who was it? There was Papaya Papa, and then there was Charlie is Tarzan for some reason.
Mm.
Mariah is what, Lieutenant Mambo Machete? I don't
I don't
know.
I don't remember. I
Mariah
honestly
or Marie? What? Wait.
Sorry, Maria. Maria is Lieutenant Mambo Machete.
Okay, so okay.
And then Gem is Jungle Gem. Ben is
Okay.
Benevolence.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember
didn't quite
Mode.
what
I don't
Moe's
get it.
was.
No, I
Okay.
don't. I
Yeah,
don't remember.
must have
It was one
been.
of those things that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Or
Hey, ain't
maybe
that
it's
the
just a
Metallica
function
song?
of maybe it's just a function of the like 2 hour long episode again.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
there's
know, like
so
this
much going on.
that's that's another topic of conversation that's going around on the internet. Like if this was excessive.
Mm. I mean, that's
Mm,
why we got the song off, right?
yeah, because even though it might have been a hype for you guys, I that thing gave me secret scene vibes.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did confirm it. Well, I was able to catch like uh what 30 20 minutes of no buffs, and it was just these first two episodes that were 2 hour episodes, and probably the finale.
Yeah, yeah.
The rest, all the other episodes, the other 10 episodes are gonna be 1.5.
90 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be the sweet spot. It
Yeah.
would have been nice, but then I know that scheduling considerations were, you know, paramount here. Um, my pun game is getting a little bit stronger. Uh, if the 2 hour episode would have been like the merge episode, that would have been great.
Mm,
Like a 2 hour season premiere, 2 hour merge episode, and a 2 hour finale. But you
mm,
know, again, it's practical considerations. We have to watch people race around the world. So
exactly. Amazingly. Uh, yeah.
anyway,
Anyway. Oh, one high that I do have from this episode, and again, this is a departure from my opinions of previous seasons. I liked the drone shot in the challenge for some
Oh,
reason. For some reason, and it's such a departure. I don't know if it's also because I'm like, I'm more relaxed now. I don't know. I like the fact that I'm being flown through the challenge. But yeah, I
you're
like.
getting soft with age, Joe. You're getting soft with
I
age.
am. I don't know why. I need to get a knife. I need to get a knife and be sassy. But yeah, I'm liking more extroverted contestants now, and I'm liking drone shots now. I don't know. But speaking of the challenge, that challenge was tough. I mean, but
Yeah,
making that arc, making that arc. I mean,
yeah.
I don't. I would have wanted them to come out with an elapsed time. I think
Mm,
that might have taken some time for them to finish, right?
yeah.
So so much so that Banu was already shouting at Jess, and Tiff was shouting at anyone, and right,
And it would
yeah.
have made Maria seem a lot more badass because she was like she was there for like holding up those whatever blocks she was holding for like the longest time out of
Mm-hmm.
everybody, and it would have made her seem a lot more badass. Unless it was like time elapsed 5 minutes, you
5 minutes.
know.
That would make Banu's and Tiff's reactions all the more. Well, that would make their reactions silly, right?
Yeah, but
The
then Banu
way,
is an emotional player, so
yeah.
it might just be that, and like they're all hangry.
Oh gosh. But even before that though, I want to point this out as a sort of high. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when Siga came in and the Green Tribe came in, and then Jeff was like, good morning, Siga," and then the way that I don't know if they intentionally did it, but the way that they said good morning, Jeff, sounded like a good morning Charlie from Charlie's Angels. Good morning, Jeff.
oh.
Oh,
Right, and it was like all the louder voices were the females, so it
I
sounded like a good morning child.
I didn't notice that, but then
Yeah.
that's because I wasn't a real big fan of like Charlie's Angels. You know,
Well,
I watched
neither
a
am I, but it's like, I mean, I sort of, I didn't grow up with it. I grew up, yeah. I mean, people, you keep on hearing it, and it's like, and they mention it, so it's kind of locked in my head somewhere.
Yeah, because like I've only
Yeah.
seen like a couple of episodes of Charlie's Angels, so
Yeah.
you know.
I
But
don't think I even finished a movie, the one with the recent one with Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu, Cameron
didn't
Diaz.
they reboot it? Did they
That's
reboot it?
20
Oh yeah,
years
they
ago
rebooted it
though.
with like what's it? Kristen Stewart,
And some
the girl who
ladies.
played Jasmine,
Yeah.
and another actress
Yep.
So
with
I
I
don't
think it
know,
was Bernie Mac. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah. So
Rest in peace,
not
Bernie
a
Mac. Rest in
I'm
peace.
not a I'm not a particularly big fan. But if that is the case, then like big props to Survivor production.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I mean if they really like manufactured it to sound like.
Yeah. Another thing that I quite liked was the little bit of trash talking that they had at the beginning of
Mm,
the challenge. That
yeah.
was so much fun. Like
Yeah.
people have been talking about how like Kenzie, Q, and Tiff were basically bullying Jess,
Hmm.
but like they were really everybody was bullying Jelinski.
Who
You
was it
know,
who pointed out several again?
Oh my
Was
god.
it Charlie?
was it Soda?
No, Soda. No, no, it wasn't Soda. Soda was the one who. What was it? Soda was the one who went back at. Was it Banu? Right. Soda was like, "How's the food?"
Oh yeah, that I don't remember, but whoever it was like, were there several reasons you voted him out? Like, oh
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
like
I think that
legend.
was
What was it?
Charlie. I think that was Charlie. It sounds
Was
See,
like
it
he
such a
is
Charlie thing.
legendary.
was it legendary first one voted out or
Yeah,
something? Like, come on,
yeah.
See, Jelinski wasn't BSing them on the exit interviews.
Last,
legend.
well, something like last vote in, first one out, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember, but like, oh man, that was that was that was quite the high.
Yeah, yeah. Again goes back to my why I'm liking Soda. She's so badass. She's
Mm,
badass. They started it, and then even her show of emotion as soon as they won, that shout, like with Liz shouting in front of the whole tribe. And then you've got Soda expressing that much emotion. She's not your typical camp counselor, basically.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, very what's it? It was quite the departure from like that first time we met her and she was just singing camp songs.
Mm, yeah.
You know, like we get a little bit more of that like badass.
Hmm.
Uh yeah. Venus though. So good.
Venus.
Venus and Randon.
Yeah, actually, Venus was the one who figured it out. She was the one who figured out that it was persistence. She was the first. That it was her. She was the one who
Mm,
said it. Persistence. And
yeah.
then I think she tried to direct everyone else, but like what she said, no one. She's not being heard. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be like another sort of running theme in these first couple of episodes. Like people getting bullied, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like like being the kid in high school that was picked last at basketball or whatever, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or being like the sort of social outcast, um growing up kind of geeky. That was kind of a
Yeah.
thing, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
who read comic books when we were kids, you know, or
Mhm.
who read comic books when we were in high school, who was really into Star
Yeah.
Wars when we were in high school, you know. But you know, that seems to be like another kind of uh theme that's running through like this season, right? Where like you have Venus, who is on the outs, but like not
Mhm.
only is she on the outs, but she feels like she's being ostracized or bullied or whatever. And I guess kind of the same thing with Jess. If we want to
Mhm.
call if you want to call what they were doing to her bullying, you know, I guess it's more I guess the more appropriate TV appropriate Survivor like phrasing would be they were doing villain things, but you know
Oh.
it's like some folks on the internet have pulled out the bullying word.
Mhm.
But they're doing villainous things.
Yeah.
They were doing villainous things / bullying Jess, and that seems to be kind of a recurring theme here.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
weird as
and to
if
think. Go ahead, Martz.
it's weird as if they haven't seen 46 or 45 seasons prior. It it it's a thing. It's not just the bullying. It's they really have to paint some people as the bad guy.
Yeah, but
I guess there's
I don't know
something missing there.
who said it. Who was it? Who was it?
Yeah, who said the bullying thing?
That no,
Jeff?
no, no, no. Who was it? Like in the podcast, Jeff apparently said that they made it a point not to cast any villains or any villains for the season.
Yeah, but then
Right?
there's a difference between casting for a villain and having people act in a villainous way,
Yeah, there's a big difference.
right? Like if you watch the secret scene with Tevin, like that dude is so villainous.
I
Oh,
actually have
okay.
him.
I haven't.
I have a note about him in my lows. Yeah.
But yeah, like if you watch the secret scene, like I don't know why they cut it out. Yeah, is this is if we were to educate, is this because he's like their winner and um they don't want to show their winner in a bad light, like being really mean to the poor sweet like Iranian girl
Mhm.
from like Toronto.
Mhm.
um I don't know, but yeah, they were. No, I hesitate to use the word bullying because it isn't
Mhm.
really bullying in the way that I've seen kids get bullied in high school.
Mhm.
Because some
Mhm.
of that shit is vicious, and I don't think that what is going on here is as vicious as some of the shit that I've seen kids do to each other. Um, that's why I say acting villainous, because
Mhm.
it feels like it isn't as strong a word as bullying, because bullying is, there's a reason that a kid almost jumped from the fourth floor while I was like a teacher, right? Like, you know um what Q Kenzie and Tiffany did is not going to drive Jess to attempt
Yeah.
suicide. And
Indeed.
what like Tevin, Hunter, Soda, and Liz are doing are not going to drive Venus to attempt suicide. Again,
Mhm.
people, please like and subscribe that way. I can say, this all of this talk about unaliving one's self is going to get us demonetized. Um,
And to go back to Survivor past, like it's not like any one of them, like even Tevin, told like what Venus to go jump into the fire like Colton did to Christine in One World. Like nothing to that
yeah,
effect.
so
Mhm.
but like but my point is, it still feels like it's kind of a running theme throughout the season, where we're seeing one person you know be singled out and be on the receiving end of more villainy than we're used to seeing in the past 2 3 seasons.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
last
I
time the last
I
time we saw something like this happen was Shannon Ricard.
Hmm.
Shannon Ricard.
Kinda. Never
Right.
felt they were bullies though.
Oh,
Shannon
oh,
a bit catty to some people, but because they were on the losing tribe.
yeah, but they were what was it? They were mean to, what's the name of that girl?
The one that was voted out before they got the merge. That
Um
lady, right?
Jeannie.
Yeah, Jeannie. Jeannie.
Mm.
They were
But
mean to Jeannie.
Mm.
was it as
Um
mean as the Colton thing, or as Colton and who's that
No,
lady
no, but
again?
Zhao is saying the
Oh,
last time that we
compared
saw something
to
like
yeah,
yes.
I see. Yeah,
yeah,
good point.
they
Good point.
were
Yeah.
they were quite mean to JD,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yes, yes, that was true.
right? And yeah, that was the last time that we saw something like this happen. And it's it's interesting. I'm just saying it's interesting that the gameplay is like that again, and it's interesting that the Survivor producers are showing it in this way. You
Mhm.
know,
Well, one good thing that happened though, that despite all of that, and then even Venus pointed it out, right? How Soda kept on trying to grab the immunity idol after they won, right? And how it felt as if Soda was trying to take it from her.
yeah,
But the good thing that came out from that is when Venus was like, okay, Soda is trying to take it away again. I'm just gonna give it to someone else that she probably
Mm.
won't take it away from. So she tried
yeah,
to give it to Randon, and Randon's like, no, no, keep
No,
it.
no. Keep
Everyone
it.
deserves the win, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's again, kudos on the face turn for Randon, right? From thinking that Venus is gonna slit their throats to like, okay, she's my number one now.
yeah, and like Venus is just so freaking classy.
Yeah, yeah.
That seems to be like a bit of a subversion as well
Hmm.
to have
She's not like, I mean, she's not like the typical pretty girl who's like when they're slighted immediately becomes a Black Widow or
yeah,
connives or yeah, does something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's like a I don't know if that's good gameplay, but she's winning in life. You know,
Mm, mm,
I'm just gonna say like it might be bad gameplay, but like she's winning in life.
yeah. I mean, outside of her getting more fans because she is pretty, but the way that she's also playing the game, I mean, she's gonna gain some more fans because of that. Right? It
Or she
might
might
not be
just
the best survivor. Yeah, she. It might not be the best survivor gameplay, but like you said, she's winning in life.
although I something that I really something that I want to see, like early prediction, right?
Mm,
Nami is going to be like the dominant tribe.
mm-hmm,
That's kind of where we're seeing Nami be the dominant tribe. And come merge, like we get the Venus like revenge tour
ooh.
Oh, I like that.
where Venus goes off and like slits everybody's throat, like Traders style,
She
but
shows
keeps
the Mars side.
but then keeps Randon around because he was the only one that was nice to her.
Yeah.
That kind of fantasy that bullied kids have in high school where you know they grow up and manage to get revenge on everybody
Mm-hmm.
except for the one girl that was like nice to him or the one guy that was nice to her or whatever. Like
The
to
one
see that,
person who showed a little bit of kindness is
yeah,
spared.
yeah, and she like Black Widow brigades it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
That.
fantasy. That's my fantasy booking of the merge in Survivor 46.
Okay. An early prediction. Anyway, any other highs for you guys?
Well, for me, I'm good.
Yeah, as for the episode, but like the season so far,
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
when we
we're
thought that we're gonna, just when we thought that like we might be having too much Survivor, or just when we thought like um it's not going to be any different because they did away with themes or whatever, like all of a sudden Survivor 46 manages to feel different from 40, 41, 42, 43. Wait, no, 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45.
yeah. Yeah. They have enough, and I think that a lot of it goes back to casting.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got a good bunch yet again. Yeah, I mean even 45, save for those first two. The rest of the cast was pretty okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So this one sort of more or less, again aside from the first two, well, first one,
mm,
first one vote out. But yeah, he is legendary in his own right.
yeah,
The cast is pretty much looks good so far.
yeah. My fear. My fear is that like last season, it's gonna start really strong and start to like taper off
tapering
towards
off.
the end. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we can say that we can say though that right now we a Survivor, at least for us fans, we are not yet getting Survivor fatigue, just like a lot of superhero movie
Yeah.
fans are having.
Whew.
Right? We're 46 seasons in, over 20 years in, and we still like it just the same way, if not even more.
It's not
All right.
superhero fatigue, it's bad movie
Yeah,
fatigue.
it's bad movie fatigue.
It's bad
At
movie.
That
least
is,
Survivor is, good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Survivor is good. You were gonna say something,
Uh,
words.
yeah. Maybe my lows is my winner pick.
Oh, Leon, we're not yet there. We're not yet there.
Oh wait, are we
I'm
in
gonna
the?
intro
We're
the
still in the
lows.
highs. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna intro the lows. All right. Okay, so now we go. We're done with the highs. Let's go to the lows. And I guess since you already want to say it already, Marts, go ahead. What's your low?
My winner pick. I love Banu. I love his passion, his desire to win. But man, I'm getting flashbacks of Brandon Hands' meltdown. All we need is just Jeff to go from his side to the other side and like massage the shoulders of Banu just to calm him down as well. That's like, oh, oh
I'm
my god.
from India.
No, no,
Like
see,
what does Gandhi have
Hunger.
in
Yeah.
what does
Hunger
Gandhi
is
have to do?
farthest from my mind.
I think it's a culture thing. It's like the Abby Maria situation here. Like, we don't know if he's really mad or angry because when I worked from the other side of the globe, I kind of understood why Abby Maria was like that in the island. Because some
Mm,
people, when they talk like that, it's not like they're pissed or catty or bitchy at you. That's how they talk, or that's how they
yeah.
deal with life. So I think
Yeah.
this is a similar thing we're getting with Banu. Like, he's not really being an a hole. He's not really being, this is just him
I
being
don't.
passionate. He just wants to win, damn
Yeah.
it. But
I
Yeah.
don't even think he was being an asshole though.
yeah, like I think it
But
might just rub off
yeah,
people the
I
wrong
no
way.
no. I think that his passion is making him become incoherent in the way
There,
that he
yeah,
talks. Right?
exactly. Like
The
Yeah.
passion is getting in the way of him communicating his point. He
to the
starts
people.
veering off to wherever, and
Yeah.
then he tries to bring it back to his point. Right?
And then he blows
Yes.
everyone's game. He was like whispering, "Hey, is the vote still on?" Everyone except who? Yes. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Oh.
a very emotional player. Was it, it seems to be the internet consensus that if Yanu goes back to tribal, it's Banu going out.
Hmm. Well, yeah, he is in the bottom of that four-person alliance.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know. He yes, I think that it's his emotion that's getting in the way of him being able to communicate what he really wants to say. Uh,
But
yeah.
I am looking
I-
forward to the episode, hopefully next episode, when they win and get immunity. Because I bet you he's gonna be one of the loudest to cheer and to be happy with that.
Why did you see? They win
No, no.
immunity.
I'm hoping they win.
Oh, you're predicting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All
all I'm
right.
shooting
Yeah.
for. But
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to see this guy break his heart this much many
Yeah.
times. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
another quit because
Yeah.
you can
Well,
be
yeah.
this high with passion, but if you just come crashing down and it hurts inside. Oh wait, that's the Hulk Hogan song. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, he does say that the fact that he's emotional shouldn't be perceived as a weakness. But
But
then
it
again,
is.
it he tries to make that point. But then right
Yeah.
after that, he went and does what you mentioned, Marks. He goes around, asks people, shows weakness. Tell me how to vote. Tell me where to vote. Right?
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
he's I don't know. I don't know. Manu is iffy right now. Sorry, Marts.
Hmm.
He's your winner pick.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna change that if he bitch over that. I'm done with the winner pick thing this season. to say.
No, whoever gets credit for taking out Banu becomes your next canonical winner pick.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's the system that we have here. So, you can disavow whoever it is, but just because you disavow the system doesn't mean
That's
that
the
you don't have a
that's the
canonical winner
system.
pick.
Yeah.
Just because I don't believe in the processes of the Philippine government doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not Filipino.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Take note, people who are listening.
Yeah. You know,
I like that. I could use
even
that
though
now. I could use
even
that.
though even though I choose to exercise my constitutional right not to vote every now and then, that doesn't mean that I'm not Filipino. Anyway,
Because that is a
Anyway,
right. Anyway, yeah.
anyway, going to more lows. I hope that yeah, but Jao, you were mentioning something about Liz being a low for you.
Oh yeah.
yeah, man, you don't talk about money on Survivor.
Oh my god, yeah. Not again.
That's like
Damn it, Lemon.
you don't do that, and it wasn't
Yeah.
entertaining, right? That's the thing. Like, the reason Jelinski was such a high for me in the previous episode was because he was doing all of the wrong things, but it was presented as being tremendously entertaining. When Liz was talking about how rich she was, it didn't come across, at least to me, as particularly entertaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Although
That's right.
it
Exactly.
was, it was kind of funny how she was like, "Oh no, everybody wants to be with me." Like, okay, fine, that was kind of funny.
Everybody wants Liz.
It's it could have been played as like her not being reflective, or just a little bit, just a little bit delusional. I don't know, but like that feels like the way the editors, that's what the editors, I feel like, were saying. Like, look at her, ha 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 ha. But yeah, it wasn't as entertaining as like the hot mess that was Jelinski.
Mm. Yeah.
So like bad gameplay can be a high if it's entertaining. It just wasn't very entertaining for me. But that's just me.
Well, I mean, it was bad. It was bad gameplay, and actually, I do not understand her gameplay, flaunting her riches like that, right? And flaunting her, like, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna get married. I don't know if any guy will be up to my standards. Whatever, whatever. She seems so high and mighty. And if that's a reason for, I mean, if that's her strategy for, I don't know, trying to connect with others. I don't know if anyone is going to be able to connect with her, uh,
Yeah.
with her doing that. I really don't understand it. She herself, uh, credit to her, she is aware of her reason for joining. She wants the title. She doesn't
Yeah.
care about the money. She has enough money. She just wants the title. But then again, how is she gonna get that title if she behaves this way? Right?
Yep.
If she
She's
flaunts
definitely
whatever.
not getting the Sia money.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
She's in the wrong Survivor. She should be in current Australian Survivor.
Why do you say that?
Because, like, what's it? Rebels versus Titans.
Titans. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, right. She could be there with the Titans, with all of the people that are like super rich and successful, talking about how rich and successful they are in their confessionals. Like, she would fit right in, you know.
Yeah. Although I don't know if I read it somewhere, or if I heard it somewhere, because she is supposedly the her bottom third says that she's a marketing strategist, right? And
Yeah.
then I think in one of her confessionals she did say that she teaches people how to do email. All right. So I think, I don't know if I heard from a podcast or if I read it somewhere, but adding those two, marketing strategist plus teaching people how to do email, tells me that she is behind all of those spam emails that we get about
Yeah, thanks a
the
lot, Liz.
promos, right? So she's behind all of that, and that's why she's rich, because she gets a lot of
Yeah.
she monetized that, and she's getting rich because of that, and
So
that
what?
makes dislike her even more.
So what we're saying is Liz is the true villain of Survivor 46.
In a season where no actual villains were cast, we do have a villain.
This villain. It's the villain eras tour.
Yeah.
It is.
But do we have like what are our opinions on Liz's Nami chant?
It seems
Did you notice that,
forgettable.
Martin?
No, because if it was memorable, I think I would have noticed it, right? Like,
Oh God, I was
like
so
the
irritated by
freaking
it.
gecko. It's right there. If it's not as noticeable as the gecko, I think she has to redo her chance.
Okay,
For real.
yeah, I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated by it. She was chanting it the entire time during the challenge, and then she got everyone else to chant it as they were heading back to camp. I'm like, what
Okay.
the hell? I'm not gonna repeat it because I do not want to on our recording. But yeah, just hearing it in my head right now, I'm so irritated. Yeah.
I guess
Even
from the
one more point against Liz for me.
yeah, I guess
Anyway,
I have to
Martin, you were
agree
saying.
with that. Well, if the chant wasn't as memorable from the purple Kelly to the Wanda scale of things, if it's not even Wanda, because it's in the purple Kelly category of it's forgettable.
Well, it's for you,
Let's
I guess.
yeah.
It's Purple Kelly for you because I can hear it in my head.
Oh no.
I think it's from the fact that I'm a little bit more auditory than visual.
Yeah.
Any other lows, guys?
Martin, I have a couple more, but like, Martin, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think for me the real low was Banu and oh wait. I gotta go back to Jess.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
Like I really feel frustrated, like her tribe mates, like trying to get her to get that hidden immunity item. Like there's a neon sign. Like is I have a feeling it might be the factor of having not the meds or like not having sleep. Like she's veering off the direction that her tribe mate is already directing her to. Hey girl, right here. Wanna help me out right here in this wall. Don't get
well,
out of this side. Like,
to Jess's credit, I
I
don't
don't
think that
know.
it was that obvious. The where they put the hidden
I don't
immunity,
know.
the fake immunity idol.
For me as a
I
watcher,
don't
I
know
think that really just made me a bit frustrated. Or
because
maybe
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I can see
Tiff
that.
right?
Tiff just said like, "Have you checked in the rocks?" Then just checked for a bit, didn't
Yeah,
really
and
check
then
enough, and then
yeah.
left.
Yeah, but I can see I can see like why it would be frustrating. Like it's right
Yeah.
there, but like the way, like I mentioned earlier, right? The way I look at it is, it's sort of in the context of she had given up at that point.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So going back to that, yeah.
Like she wasn't even really looking, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, at least that's how she
Even
came
when,
across in her
yeah,
exit interviews, in her exit press. Like the impression that she gave was that idol hunt was just basically her doing the motions, even though she had already
hmm.
mentally checked out.
Even
And
when like
somebody in
Tiff
that,
mentioned it, right? Even when Tiff suggested it, and you think,
yeah,
I mean, it was like, I think that we need to look for idols, and then she was like, "You think so?" I mean, she wasn't like, "Oh yeah, we should," right?
yeah, like she was out of it at by that point. Claro lang. But then
Uh,
I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
I can see why it was frustrating from like the point of view of somebody that was watching, or from the point of view of a spectator. It was yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Well, at least Tiff and Kenzie won't have to be frustrated with her anymore. They already voted her out. Uh, any other lows, Joe?
Yeah, why didn't they show Tevin being mean?
Well, we already did have two Queen Bee moments where like he was like, whenever Venus was saying something, and then they the camera would be right on his face, and he would be like looking towards
Like
the direction
rolling
of the
his
camera,
eyes.
rolling his eyes. Right?
Yeah.
We already had those two moments. Uh,
Yeah.
very, very Queen Bee. I haven't seen the secret scene.
Okay.
So I guess it's worse than that, but
Eh, kind of, yeah. Like it presents a very different side of Tevin. Let's just say. Um. Oh, here's the term I'm looking for. It's not bullying. It's not acting like a villain. It's being mean spirited.
No, yeah,
being mean spirited.
that's
Okay.
better. That's a better
Yeah,
term.
that. I guess that's the term I'm looking for. It's like people are kind of being mean spirited, which can be entertaining, right? Like when it
Mhm.
happened in Yanu, it's kind of entertaining. Um, to an extent in Nami, yeah, it's no, it's mean spirited, but then there's a little bit of catharsis there when Venus and Randon come together and like decide to form a little underdog alliance sort of thing. So it works quite well. But yeah, I suppose that was I suppose my low really is in regard to Tevin and the secret scene is they had space for the Taylor Swift Metallica thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I didn't like it very much, the Taylor Swift Metallica thing. And I think the challenge went on for a little too long.
Mhm. Yeah,
You know,
it was yeah.
this was a classic, like, it's Martin's bathroom break, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like the challenge went on for a little bit too long. I feel like they could have cut out quite a lot of this episode.
And the
Um,
chanting for Joel. For Joel. For Joel.
yeah, but um,
What?
that being
I
said, though,
remember
something
that.
that people are not happy about on the internet, or at least
Okay.
a certain contingent of people aren't happy about on the internet, was the first half of the episode was quite slow and had a lot of like crying, I guess.
Mhm.
Because like
But
everybody cries in this episode.
it's
Everybody cries.
Survivor, guys.
Banu,
Let's
Kenzie,
Yeah. But I mean,
If
but it
If
wasn't
was
the
after the
crying.
challenge.
It wasn't the crying per se, or it wasn't the crying per se.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
using the crying a uh as a literary device, right? To
Mhm.
have the part representing the whole, like crying representing just overall boring stuff.
Ah, okay.
Right? So like I don't know. I don't particularly agree with that. I like the camp life. I like the emotional moments that sort of come in. But I do feel like they could have cut out quite a bit of the episode.
Could it have been a case of them finding out that they had too much time to fill in the 2 hours and too little content to fill it with?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's why they had to put in the long song challenge. Uh, they had all of those moments with Kenzie and all of those all of the castaways crying.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That's what we get for asking for camp life, man. That's what we get for asking for camp life.
But then
Diminishing marginal
paradoxically,
utility.
paradoxically, I don't feel like I know very much about like the Siga tribe
Hmm.
and how things are shaking out over there, with the exception of like Charlie and Maria. Like I don't know who Jem is really, and
We got the song off.
yeah, um, I don't know very much about Tim other than he's a dad that sounds really
Oh,
cool.
there you go. Tim is Papaya Papa. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Paradoxically, they could have done more, while at the same time, no, they could have done more with less. Let's just
True.
say with this particular episode. But I really liked the I I don't know very much about Mariah either. But then that could just
Hmm.
be because she looks exactly like Liz. Um, but like the
You never know. You might think that you know something about Liz, but it's actually about Mo.
Yes.
Plot twist.
They
actually swapped in that moment. And they were like, "Hi, I'm Liz. Hi, I'm Ryan." Like nobody noticed, including the audience.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll. As soon as we get it, we know that they're gonna get voted on. And this is exactly like what happened with J Maya last season, right? We didn't really quite know who J Maya was.
Yeah.
Hey, J Maya is an artist and a lyrical genius.
She
Have you
should
bought
do
any of her albums?
No, but I heard she's a lyrical genius.
Streamed her music on YouTube.
Stream her music on YouTube.
I mean, I still think that people should listen to it. Like she's not a bad, yeah, she's not a bad lyricist. I'm gonna go out there and say that she's not a bad lyricist. We definitely need like a J Maya Sifu and Ben collab.
Ben.
Yeah. You know,
and then with Charlie like being a fan.
Yeah.
Will he know all of the J Maya songs that you can find at j.maya music on the YouTube? Yeah.
Are you sponsored by J Maya, Martin?
Maybe not. Maybe I am.
Call me.
Oh gosh.
You know, with this particular cast, and this is also a low. With this particular cast, I really want Ponderosa videos. More than the previous casts. Because if there's any cast that's going to come up with like a Survivor song or is going to come up with like, you know, like a Ponderosa rap or whatever, it's going to be this tribe. Like this tribe is going to do something, do something cool in Ponderosa. Like they might come up with like a Survivor musical or whatever, like with Tevin and Ben, right?
True, and you add soda to that mix, right?
Yes, I mean, you know, if I don't know, I think that's a low. There is no Ponderosa with this cast.
Well, we don't know yet. Do we?
Don't get my hopes up. Don't get my hopes up.
We don't know yet, though, right? Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? They might, and if they do,
especially since they have the legendary Jelinski as the first boot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Of course, I'm just joshing. Any other lows?
Not
really.
Not really.
You're good.
No.
You know,
okay. All right.
All in all, great episode.
Yeah.
You know, the lows as usual. Well, you know, I think like this is the first time that I've actually had a serious kind of low in their presentation of Liz. You know, like it wasn't an entertaining kind of bad gameplay.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah. First time in a while. Yeah. So anyway, let's move ahead to our predictions of the week. Starting with whose line is it actually? So first of all, I did get last week. I got Scorpio Energy. It was Ben, but I did not get who he was talking about. I said it was Maria, but it was actually about Jeff Probst when he took out the banner or the bandana from the Nami idol.
Nami.
Well, why are we calling? Why am I calling it the Nami idol? First place idol. Yeah. So anyway, so this upcoming episode, it is the title of episode 3 is Wackadoodles Win. So who you got? Who is saying that?
Ooh, I was going to say that's a Jelinski kind of line, but I forgot Jelinski is already voted out. So I have a feeling it might be Tevin.
Tevin.
That does sound like a Tevin thing.
Okay.
That does sound like a Tevin thing.
So he talks about yet again how they win. How Nami wins what yet again.
Runs
I'm gonna
streak.
go in a bit on.
Martin.
Oh yeah.
Martin's prediction is that Yanu is gonna win.
Mm.
Is going to win the next immunity challenge, and so it could be, if I'm following Martin's reasoning here, Tevin talking about the Yanu win.
Yeah, because my prediction last week was Yanu was gonna lose, right? 2 straight.
Hmm?
And this was the 2 straight. So yeah, that's right. Because I do feel like they might be the second tribe to win immunity this coming episode. So
Oh.
I have a
Oh,
feeling
so
it
you're
might
saying that
be.
they're gonna be the second. They're not gonna top.
Yeah, they're not gonna be the
Okay.
top. Like, because I was saying they're not gonna be like Lulu. So I hope they're not gonna be like Lulu and lose again this coming episode. That's why I said I think I'm gonna cap their losing streak to episode 2. And yeah, it happened. So I hope this is their core 4. You know, they keep it together. And I'm scared that it might be the green tribe that may eke out a lose. They might have like instead of Namu, because Namu's gonna eke out this win like by
Nami.
this much, Nami by this much, you know. Yanu, the purple tribe. I have a feeling Siga might lose this episode. Who's gonna be voted out? That I don't know yet. But they're gonna force to vote each other out now.
Okay, but anyway, before that, my prediction for who says Wakadoodles win is actually gonna come from the Yanu tribe. I think it's gonna be Q. Q is gonna win. Q is gonna say that it was a Wakadoodle win for them after they finally win. I'm not quite sure if it's an immunity win. But yeah, I think that they are gonna win finally. I think that the Survivor gods are gonna finally reward them with a win. Yeah. So anyway, going back to Martin, what you were saying, stuff that you were saying.
I'm not sure who it is gonna be, but I have a feeling it might be the Green Tribe, Siga.
And then
the
who?
unfortunate loser of the immunity.
Mm-hmm.
So
and who
again,
is getting booted?
That's the thing. I don't know yet, but I have a feeling it's gonna be them. Because it's hard to gauge who they want to vote out. Because I think Venus is going to be for Nami, most likely, or might be someone else that she might gun for, and then it would be those guys. But Green would be interesting to see who they try to vote out or like cannibalize each other with in episode 3 this early in the game.
Well, technically, you do have 2 factions. You've got the Charlie's Angels, and then you've got the guys. And then within that, you've got the sub alliance of the supposedly Denise and Malcolm
Denise.
2.0.
This might test that theory out then, if whoever they're gonna make kingmaker of, you know.
Yeah, watch as like either Maria or Charlie gets voted out.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, bye bye.
The flashback was a red herring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Jao, what are your predictions? So you're going with Martins? It's gonna be Tevin saying the line.
No, I'm gonna say that the line is gonna go to Tim.
Oh,
Tim.
Who's Tim? Oh, just, Siga. Okay.
Yeah.
Papaya Papa.
Yeah.
Papaya Papa.
For no other reason than it sounds like the type of thing that Tim would say. He seems like he's that kind of dad.
Okay, like a dad joke. Like a dad joke.
Yeah.
I can imagine it in his voice. That was a wackadoodle win. Or, you know, like I can imagine him. I don't know who he's talking about or what he's talking about.
Here's a question. Oh, after what you say.
Yeah, I had no idea who or what he's talking about, but it sounds like something he would say.
Here's a question. Is the title saying that it is the win that is a wackadoodle? Or is the title saying that it's wackadoodles who win?
Or is the challenge itself like a wackadoodle, and the win is winning the challenge, the act of winning the challenge.
You think it'll be crazy if it was Jeff who says the wackadoodles win? Well, no, I don't think so. Because he was the one being referred to last episode, right? But,
Hmm.
anyway.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Yeah. Any other predictions, Joe?
Yeah, the prediction that I had for the merge.
Whoa. It's gonna be merge?
No. My prediction is like come merge.
Far into the future.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh
yeah,
god.
He has
yeah,
drunk
What?
the water of life and can now see far into the future.
yes. Um, plus plus 20
Plus
uh
20 perception.
perception. Plus 20 perception.
That's a big roll, man. Hold on. Let me pick up my immunity necklace.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, that Venus goes on her
Revenge tour.
revenge tour.
Her Black Widow Brigade.
Yeah. If Siga, if Green Tribe loses the next immunity, the people that are safe are Charlie, Maria, Mariah, and Jem. So it's gonna be like Charlie's Angels. And
Mhm.
the reason I say that is because we've gotten a lot of Ben and Tim content. So
Mm.
it's cool to
Let
let him
them go.
go. But then, I shouldn't be too edgy
Mhm.
because we aren't an edgic podcast.
Yeah. They're not edgic, guys. We're sorry. But we do love watching them from time to time.
Yeah. We're not edgic, but I do appreciate
Yes.
the art of filmmaking.
We're not
Mhm.
educating anyone here, okay? Just for the
Okay.
record.
All right. So you're saying that it's so you're also saying that it's gonna be Siga that's gonna lose the immunity. What do you call this
No,
thing?
I'm
Challenge.
saying it's my if 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 I was forced,
Mhm.
Yanu's on the chopping block. It's gonna be on the chopping
Again.
block again.
Okay. So it's gonna be like a losing streak again for
Yeah,
this episode. Okay.
because like they seem to be more of a hot mess tribe than Lulu was last season.
Oh, it's that bad for you.
True.
Okay.
And I do. One of my predictions is you guys have been sort of mentioning it a bit, but I do think that we're up for a Banu implosion. Uh, I mean, all the passion is gonna finally overwhelm him, and he's just gonna, I don't know, just let it all out.
I
Yeah.
hope not. That's gonna be messy. Especially now
Yeah.
with the whole mental health thing.
The only way that Martin gets to duck out of having a winner pick assigned by fate is if Banu gets like medevac or quits.
Mm.
That means whoever wins is my canonical winner pick then.
No, that
As it
means
was
that
No,
fated by the survivor gods.
no, that means you lost
no.
on that means you lost on episode 3.
Yeah.
So so basically what I was saying, I don't need a canonical winner pick in the first
If
place.
if if Banu quits, or if there's a medevac, then you forfeit the winner pick, and each subsequent vote out is your canonical winner pick.
Okay. You guys don't want me to lose.
No,
The
no,
the
Oh,
the
that is
intricate.
exactly
okay.
the definition of losing.
Okay.
That is exactly the definition of losing. Your canonical winner pick is the person that's kicked out every week.
Oh my god. Oh, I just had a thought though. Like, I mean, Venus alluded to like how the goddess Venus is like married or is no, she's not married to Mars.
Wasn't she
But
married to Zeus?
no,
Oh wait, no, that's
no.
someone else. Sorry.
The Greek version of Venus, Aphrodite, is actually married to Hephaestus. Uh, but she has on the side Ares, the god of war,
Yeah, Mars,
right?
Yeah,
Right,
basically.
yeah,
Mars, basically.
Mars.
Wouldn't I'm not saying that they're gonna be romantically linked, but Brandon sort of looks like he could look like a Mars.
Yeah, he could look like the god of war.
Oh, ooh, ooh,
Ah.
ooh.
Right? by virtue of their like alliance.
Did you roll a perception check?
Why all of a sudden are you guys into D&D? I'm a D&D geek in this trio. But anyway, so my other prediction is that aside from the Yanu win, which I'm not saying is necessarily an immunity win, my other prediction is that Nami actually loses the immunity challenge, and that way Randon finally gets his immunity idol from the Blue Rare advantage. This is from this is for the this upcoming episode. That's my prediction.
Randon. And Randon gets it before
Before
Randon gets
tribal.
it before tribal, like
just like Tiff.
Tiff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Survivors of the week.
Survivors of the week. Let's go to survivors.
Sorry,
of
I was
the
trying
week.
to be like Banu. Survivors. It's time to vote.
Time to vote. Just like Q also.
What's the plan? What's the plan?
This week, Q is like time to vote. Survivors of the week. All right, let's go. So let's start with Castaway of the week. Who do you have?
For all the wrong reasons, it's funny.
Ooh.
That's it for me.
Why?
Ooh, interesting.
In a Tagalog term, he's so makalat in this episode.
So he was just that entertaining because he was such a hot mess. He was that entertaining.
He was that
It's like
okay.
It's like a so bad it's good kind of thing. It's like he is the
like
the
the
room
room.
of Survivor players.
I don't like his gameplay, but dear God, I cannot veer away from his gameplay right now.
Lunaborg.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi,
Hi,
Mark.
Mark.
Oh, hi, Jeff.
What about you, Joe? Who's your Castaway of the week?
Venus.
Venus for you. Yeah.
Venus
The
or
way that she
Randon.
handled.
Yeah, one of them. Either Venus or Randon.
Brandon.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Randon. Yeah.
Not Brandon.
Actually, mine is Randon because he, especially juxtaposed with what Soda did and how Randon was able to capitalize on Venus being on the outs.
Yeah.
And Venus, like what you mentioned, I'm sure, that's what you have in mind, that she was how classy she was, not throwing Randon under the bus.
Yeah. At least for this episode.
Yeah.
We never know.
Yeah,
we never know.
Yeah.
Next
The
episode,
Castaway
she
is
might
for
be
the
like, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next we go to Goat of the Week. Let's start with Joe.
I'm gonna say Banu.
So wait, so he's your Castaway of the Week and your Goat of the Week, Martin?
Is there a rule we can't say for both? There's no rule, right? Unless there's
no rule, but Castaway is supposed to be like the best one in the week, and then Goat of the Week is the worst one in the week.
The best for who?
I mean,
Subjectively for the guy who's saying it, right?
I can totally see how Banu is simultaneously
are we making
the
the rules
best
now?
thing this week and the worst thing this
Yes,
week.
we make the rules up every week, man. That's why your canonical winner pick if Banu quits or is Medivac is gonna be the loser every week.
Okay, like this. I'll make my rule now. My picks. There you go. Thank God. Still Banu.
I can totally see that.
Okay.
I can totally see that because he's
Before
simultaneously
any
the
BS
best
is pulled
thing.
out, that's my vote. That's my
Simultaneously the best thing and the worst thing about this week.
He's the best of both worlds. He's the best of
Okay.
God don't like that. We got 2 words for you. Too bad.
Okay.
PG, guys. Gotta keep it.
All right. So anyway, yeah, Banu's also mine. He's too intensely emotional. That whole and it got in the way of us becoming coherent. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the hardest one.
Purple of the week.
Yeah, that's hard. Xiao, which purple did you pick?
It's right in her name. Gem Who? Adams? Sorry.
I can't even think right now, man.
Jam.
Are you becoming Jess? You can't think right now. You have to think about what you think.
No, I know what Martin's purple of the week is. Just finding the idol. Or at least the idol in the eyes of Jess.
Yeah. Mine is a little more basic. It's Mo's moniker. Everyone else on Sega has a moniker except for
Actually,
her.
Yeah.
Right? Again, going back, it's Papaya Papa for Tim. And it's, I think, Lieutenant Mamba. What was that?
Yeah.
Mamba Mama for
Mamba
Maria.
For Maria.
And Charlie is Tarzan. Once again, I don't know why. He actually looks more like one of the hosts from Blue's Clues with that sweater of his. Jem is Jungle Gem, and Ben is Benevolence. Mo did not get a moniker.
Didn't she like have a nickname that she gave her? Like, I go by Mo something.
Mo.
Or whatever?
No, I go by Mo because her full name is Mariah, right? But
I thought she had like a like something Mo. Like
I
could be misremembering. I'm probably misremembering.
Well,
it's been a long week.
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week, guys.
All right. Any other notes, guys, for this episode? Episode 2, Scorpio Energy.
I'm looking forward to episode 3.
I'm cautiously looking forward on the next episode because I hope there won't be a Banu outburst as akin to a Brandon Hans outburst a few seasons ago.
Well, I think that a Banu outburst is already given.
In the works, right?
It's just the level. I think that it's just the level.
I hope it's
the level
a safe level.
Yeah. I mean,
not Brandon Hans eject him level.
I'm trustworthy. I'm
Yeah.
I'm all of this. And what do you have with all this? This is power. This is power.
Power.
I think he was going for he was going for if you have 5 people, individually they're weak, but if they band together, they're powerful.
They're strong. Yeah, like
they're strong.
It's the Gestalt thing. It's the Gestalt.
Yeah,
right?
He was going for that, but it was like, where is it coming from?
Yeah, I think it just fell off. So I hope it's just a passive outburst, not those levels of outburst that, hey, I think we gotta pull him out. He might punch somebody, kind of thing.
I don't
think he's gonna be like that though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He can't be like he meditates on the beach.
Dude. Yeah. He's a very spiritual dude. I think
he probably believes in like ahimsa and all of that. Well, no, actually, did he eat ants? I don't know, but yeah.
I'm just
a high for me though, guys. I love how the coconuts look on their whole and where they are. The coconut meat is so thick.
Yeah, it is
actually.
Right?
Yeah,
they're biting into it. It's like, I do not remember coconut meat being that thick. It looks so yummy and juicy. I mean, if you eat it for 26 days straight, I'm sure that it gets old fast. But right?
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah, the coconut meat does look really good.
When did they film that? It might be a seasonal thing.
But we don't get coconuts like that here, though.
Yeah.
Ours is like small and big.
Our coconuts are a lot wetter than the coconuts that they have, liquid. Right? Yeah. And even like the flesh is quite like
thin.
Yeah, it's thin and
you scrape it. You can scrape it off.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, it's quite wet, so it's I don't know.
The one that I found in South America was similar to ours. So damn, I gotta get me to go to Fiji one day then.
Yeah, we can go to Fiji without visas. Come on, we can do
right.
That.
One of the 69 countries.
There was I really do remember. It was one of the things that I really did see. Like when that list came out of visa-free countries, I sent it to you guys. Look, all of the survivor locations.
That's why they film it there.
Well, they're American. They're North American, so For the most part, they can get anywhere
Yeah.
without much problems.
Except
yeah.
Vietnam. Sorry, guys.
Another note.
Yeah.
Another like thing that it feels like Survivor is doing, is eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
Like
eyes.
eyes?
Yeah,
Okay.
eyes. Like the next time one, right? And because we got the whole thing about Kenzie's eyes being a beautiful shade of blue
Mm.
when she
Oh, when
cries,
she cries, yeah.
and then like you get that amazing close up of her eyes, teary blue and reflected. And then
Mhm.
like in the next time on, one of the first shots is of Venus's eyes.
Mm. Okay, I mean, let's face it, she's got beautiful eyes.
Yeah, I mean they both do, but you know, it's like I hope it's like a running theme, you know, like the whole windows to the soul thing, and
Mm.
like you know, and episode one, Jeff pointed out the bloodshot eyes of the gecko.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh.
it might be something. It might be something. Let's keep
Yeah.
an eye out for that.
Hey.
Hey, we're all becoming Mr.
Eyes.
Pons.
Eyes on the prize, guys. Oh.
I mean,
We're
you know,
all
not that, but like it's just not. It's not going to be one of those things that carries any meaning, but it's just like a nice visual leitmotif, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good things. Good things were talked about for this episode, and we're sure to have a lot more good things to talk about in the next episode. And with that being said, that is it for this episode of Council of Titos. We would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like button so we don't get voted off the channel. At any rate, this has been Joel Parcon.
I'm Zhao, very disappointed that another Asian woman was robbed.
And I am Martin.
Okay, we hope to see you on the council again soon. Until then, stay safe, everyone. The Titos have spoken.